Okay, I think it's recording. We have a half an hour too. Perfect.
Okay.
So could you repeat the question?
How have you managed to survive or thrive thus far given all the challenges you have had to contend with?
Oh, well, I've I've had a lot of support from my mom, and even though she's away 12 years ago, she still taught me a lot about how to survive. And I still have my dad and my sisters, and they support me, even though they're not as supportive as my mom was. I still think I learned a lot from my family on how to survive, and so I think I have a good training in school and work. I got a good upbringing. I had a very nice childhood, so I think that I carried that with me in my adult years.
And you're smart.
And I'm smart. Yeah. I have intelligence. I'm not the smartest light bulb in the room, but who is? Nobody's.
Yeah.
I think I have average intelligence, which is helpful and helps me survive. And I wish maybe I'm a little smarter than the average cookie.
Well, I couldn't master UW Madison.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to lead you on with questions, but
Oh, no problem. It's okay. And so that's does that answer your question? Okay.
thank you. How have you been able to rise to the challenges put before you?
Well, I got a degree from UW Madison, which is something that I'm very proud of. And I think what drove me to do that was that it was just like expected that I get a degree, an undergraduate degree by my mom before she passed away. So I just was like, I have to do this. And I just got really determined, and I did everything I could to make that happen. Like, I sacrificed my sanity, my friendships, my free time, just to work on school in my 20s. And I did a lot of schooling in my 20s, but I did get a bachelor's degree. But it's kind of not the most helpful degree because it doesn't get me anything like into a job, but it does look good that I completed it, and it's kind of like a ticket to grad school.
Um, what was your mindset as you faced these difficulties?
Well, I was very determined, and I didn't let people put me down. Like, I just had to do my own thing. I know I'm not at the same level as a lot of people at the university. Like, I'm not the most well-read person. I don't have a lot of money. I don't have like a super supportive family, but I just worked with what I got and made the most of what I had and tried to keep a positive attitude. And like I know when I had like Spanish exams, I would talk myself up for it. Like, I'd be like, I can do this. I would use affirmations to get through really hard exams.
Mm. Mm. Hang on. What have you learned about yourself and your world during your struggles?
Well, I struggled a lot in my 20s too, like with my mental health, and I learned that I really have to hit rock bottom before would realize I had a mental health problem. And so I was kind of in denial that I had mental health problems until I was 29. And then I was like, wait, I think something's going on. Like, I need help. So I think realizing that I need to ask for help is a big stepping stone in being aware of myself, and I can do so much more if I ask for help. And I can, but I don't want to use people to get where I want to go. I want to be able to do what I can do on my own because I value independence. So does that answer your question? Okay.
Which of these difficulties have given you special strength, insight, or skill?
Well, I think I'm really shy, and especially like a UW classroom, I would not participate. But I think that's also a superpower because it makes me really observant and I listen and I pay attention to direction really well because I'm very awkward and it makes me try to find the truth and listen for truth in what I see. Like I know the truth is subjective, but I try to find truth in what I do, and I try to just be accurate in what I see and how I portray what I see, and so I just try to. I know I'm kind of awkward, but it's a superpower though too, because it's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
If you want to elaborate on that, you can.
Oh, okay. Well, like I used to always, my friends used to say I was really difficult, and they weren't really friends, but they were at the time, I guess. You know, they weren't horrible people or anything. I just have grown apart from them. And but I think instead of looking at me as awkward, I think or difficult, I just was trying to figure out what the best way is to live and be as truthful and honest as I could be, and so I I wasn't trying to be difficult. I was just trying to live my truth, you know. So
To that, a follow-up question. I'm sorry.
no, that's great.
Did that the reason why? Well, did the mental illness contribute to, or don't like to, the, as my mom's saying, goes, the brain disorder?
Yeah,
Did it contribute to the loss of friends, or?
it did. I really lost a great group of friends because of my mental illness. It made me push people away, and I kind of isolated myself because I didn't know how to handle friendships because of my mental illness. And I think looking back, I could have just been more peaceful and been like, I'm sorry I can't spend time with you. I just have to really focus on my studies. But instead, I got really angry and mad at people, and I didn't know how to handle myself in front of people because I was struggling inside because I was having reality issues, and I was hearing people's voices in my head, and so I was just struggling inside, and I handled it really badly, and I regret it. And I lost a lot of great friends, but fortunately, I have remade a lot of friends, and I learned from that lesson on how to let go of friendships in a peaceful way, you know. And so I could maybe keep them as future friends, but I burned some bridges because of my mental illness, I think, too. But it's okay because it's a learning experience, you know.
I hear you. It's a lot of learning. I can empathize with you on that.
Yeah.
What are the special qualities upon which you can rely?
Well, I think I have a presence that calms people down. I don't know how I do it, but I've just heard people say that about me, and I don't know what it is about myself, but I think it's because I'm kind of shy and quiet, and I have to let people slow down and come to me, and I go to them too. I try to make it like reciprocal in relationships when I work with people, but I still think I have a calming presence when I'm around people.
I can attest to that. I'm sorry, I don't mean to.
Oh, thank you.
You're a wonderful person.
So are you.
Not always, but I try.
Yeah, me neither.
What people have given you special understanding, support, and guidance?
Well, my mom is my hero, and even though she passed away 12 years ago, I think about her every day, and she gave me a lot of strength and courage and intelligence, and my dad too. He gave me a lot of innovative thinking and creativity and kindness, and I think my sisters give me the drive to be competitive with them, which is good, but it's not good at the same time because we get a little competitive and catty with each other. But I really love my sisters, and I try to remember the good times because we do have good memories too. And so my aunt Barb, is really awesome. She's very ambitious and creative and sweet and has a big heart, and she's very kind.
Who are the special people on whom you can depend? It's a similar question.
I depend on my friends like Peter, and I have Alicia and Holly. Holly's been my best friend since I was 2 years old, and I talk to her every couple of days. And I consider you as a friend of mine too that I can depend on. And like, there's a lot of people at Yahara House that I don't really depend on them, but I kind of do because I rely on them as a source of community. So I sort of depend on them, but I wouldn't like say I like depend on them directly, but maybe indirectly. And so I depend on my family a lot, and like my mom's side of the family, we get together every 2 years and we have a family reunion. Like we're getting together and going to Michigan this year. So yeah, we have a small little family, like only like 20 or less people, but it's still a good get together. So
A follow-up question. Who usually arranges that, may I ask? Do you help with the arrangements?
I don't help with the arrangements because on the totem pole I'm kind of low in the family because there's this one cousin that's totally miraculous. Like she's otherworldly. Like she works at Facebook. She makes over $100,000 a year, and she organizes everything, and she's totally amazing. And she just went on a world tour, like all over Asia and South America, and now she's teaching English abroad. She's very awesome, and she organizes everything. So she's cool.
Sounds precious.
Yeah.
I don't mean to get off track, but I think I told you, I'm also arranging a family reunion.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, I don't have the money like your cousin. I'm not ahead of Facebook.
Yeah. She just quit Facebook, so she doesn't work at Facebook anymore, but she worked there for like 6 years or 7 years or...
And I'm not, and I'm low on the totem pole, too. I don't mean to get off track, but I'm trying to do it for my mom and her twin and her older brother since they're getting older.
Yeah.
I mean, they're in their 70s, and you never know how. And I'm doing it for those three mainly.
Yeah, that's really
There's
nice.
going to be between 20 and 30 people coming.
Oh, nice.
All over the country.
Oh, wow. That's really amazing.
That'll be fun.
I don't have the money, but at least I'm helping to plan it. It was
Yeah.
my idea. I planted the seed in people's heads.
Oh, good. That's half the battle, I think. You know,
I'm sorry, I don't mean to get off the subject.
that's okay.
Uh, what is it that these people give you that is exceptional?
I think unexceptional. I mean, unconditional. Wait, no. Unconditional love and acceptance. And I think, like, I find a lot of it's hard for me to be accepted by people, like, sometimes because of my mental illness or because of how I look or how I am, or, you know, it's like just by strangers, you know. That's to be expected, you know. You can't be accepted by strangers, but sometimes you can, you know, if you find a good one that you click with. But I think my family provides unconditional love and acceptance.
What about friends?
Oh, friends do too. Yeah.
I'm not trying to pry.
I think friends do too. I actually think I'm kind of an introvert. Like, I have trouble reaching out to people sometimes because I'm so in my head a little bit. But I'm trying to reach out more, and I'm kind of I keep my circle small. Not that I want to, but I just am kind of an introvert, I think. So I'm like an extroverted introvert. Like, I can be very extroverted, but I think deep down I'm very introverted.
And you're very independent.
Yeah.
I can see that about you.
Yeah. I think I have to be because my family wants me to be independent, and like they have to, like they can't support me because they all do their own thing. Like, everybody in my family is independent, so to have me be dependent on somebody would cut into their independence. So it's just expected that I be independent.
Wow. Sorry to ask so many questions. I'm just trying to do follow-ups to make myself clear.
Yeah. I'll send you this copy.
Okay.
I'll email you the link to it or something.
I might need to do more follow-ups because a good interview should be about 2 hours. So thank God we're not doing the 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, I only have half an hour on my recorder, so we have to stop in like about 12 minutes.
12 minutes, okay. If you wanna stop in a few minutes, we could, because you said you had to leave at 4:10.
Okay.
And then
Sure.
we'll do it in installments.
Yeah.
Because 2 hours is a pretty long.
I'd be tired after that.
Yes. How did you find them, or how did they come to you?
Oh, my family kind of just organically was surrounded me as I was growing up, and my friends were always close by, and they just sort of happened to run into them, and it worked out that we could be friends. And so I think it was just through natural circumstances, you know. So yeah, it's hard to see my family though because they live far away, so I have to really work to see my family and my friends too, because everybody's busy and has their own life. And so I try to write my friends and emails and texts, and I try to keep up with my Aunt Barb and my dad and my sisters, but they're all busy living their lives too, so we don't connect as much as I'd like, you know.
Yeah. That makes sense. What did they respond to in you? I know these are heavy questions.
Well, I think my family thinks I'm really sweet and like smart and like they think I'm very social. Even though I'm really introverted, I think they think I'm really social and they think I have a lot going for me and so they admire me, I think, my friends and family, but I don't want to sound arrogant or anything, but I think I try to keep a positive vibe. I know like if I get negative, my sisters will not respond to me, so I try to keep a positive vibe, you know, like upbeat, happy, like innovative and creative and friendly and positive, but sometimes I'm not like that with my sisters and they push me away and I push them away and but then we usually realize we're sisters and we should be on good terms, so we come back together and forgive each other. So I guess like being forgiving and understanding too and try to be kind to each other.
Is it kind of like sibling rivalry?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, me and my sisters have lots of sibling rivalry going on. But it's not too bad because we're older and we're more mature, so we handle it better than we did when we were little, you know. So.
Is it kind of like, do you guys have personality conflicts?
Yeah, like
Sorry.
I don't know, like my sisters can be bossy because they're the older sisters, and I'm not saying that it's bad that they're bossy, but it's kind of too much sometimes when they talk all the time and they don't let me get a word in edgewise. I know I'm talking a lot right now, but sometimes when I get together with my family, I'm really quiet, and I'm like, sure, whatever, I'll go with the flow, you know. So, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You're a good interviewee.
Oh, thank you.
If you want to stop now, we could.
Okay, I'll stop this.
It will probably take